Hey everybody, what's going on? Hellmite here, bringing you another video from Grab the Lantern today. Today I wanted to talk about the updated client, because as of today, we can say a sad farewell to the legacy client. It is being retired forever. You will no longer be able to use it. In fact, as you log on today, you've probably already been updated to the new client as you try to play League of Legends. And now a lot of people are upset. For this reason, there were a lot of people who never wanted to get the new client. They didn't bother testing it through the beta at all when it officially launched. They still didn't want it, and they wanted to continue using the legacy client. And there are multiple reasons for this. I'm not going to say they were 100% wrong for not wanting to play with the new client. But I do know that now that they are being forced to use it, there's a lot more backlash than there was before. People don't understand why the legacy client was replaced. People really don't like the new client, and there's a lot of misunderstanding and misconceptions about what's going on. So I wanted to address it a little bit today. For reference, I did have the new client since the open beta. I did not use it in alpha, but I did use it in the beta. And honestly, there are advantages and disadvantages to the new client. I do feel like it takes a lot longer to load certain pages unless you click on low spec mode. And the problem with low spec mode for me is that it takes forever and a day to get back in a game after a game ends, because it closes out the client in the background while you're playing a game and then has to reopen the whole thing following the game. So it ends up being a situation where you wait for probably a good minute after you finish a game before you even get to see the post-game lobby, and that's kind of a disappointing place to be in. I like being able to get back into games as quickly as I can, and I like being able to post in the post-game lobby after the game ends, and because of the long delay on low spec mode, you can't do that. However, if you're not in low spec mode, the client really isn't that updated. The biggest problem I have with it right now is that it's not optimized. A lot of the animations and things in the new champ select can really cause your client to lag out. There's a good second of delay or so while trying to pick champions. If you come back to your controls late and have to ban something before you get a dodge, well, sometimes you don't have the time to do that. And so these kind of disadvantages make me kind of dislike the new client, and they've been around for a while in the new client. However, what I will say is that the new client, I think, has the advantage in that it's being built from the ground up in a sustainable way. Back when League was first created, it was really made in more of a haphazard way, I guess you could say. I believe Rioters have actually talked about the early days of League of Legends as building a plane while it's in the air. You're just kind of throwing things onto the plane as it's flying. You don't have time to take it down and build the plane up in a sustainable manner. It's in the air right now, and you need to make do with what you have. So the old client was jank. Really jank. In fact, that's honestly why a lot of League's old code base had issues. Like, there were issues with the old client, and while it's been updated for a while, it makes a lot more sense for Riot to start over now that they have the time and the cash flow to do so, and to create a client where they can add on better features and things. I think already we've seen the fruits of their labors in the form of replays and the highlight section of the client now. I think that's something people have been asking for since I started playing the game. People wanted replays, and we finally have them, but they were only possible because of the updated client. In a similar way, highlights, I think they're great. I have a lot of fun cutting those out, using them all over the place, you know, sharing them with my friends, and you couldn't do that on the legacy client because it just didn't have the functionality. So I think that that's a good indication of cool things that the new client will be able to do that the old client can't, and I think that on Riot's side of the deal, it'll be a lot easier to develop for, and we'll be able to get our features back. And already, I know that a lot of the complaints about the new client, such as the removal of item sets and not being able to do your shop when holidays come around, those special deals that you get, the different doors, you can't do that right now in the new client. But Riot have already said that they've been working on developing these features for the new client. In fact, item sets already have a date set for them in patch 7.10. So these features will be showing up, and I think once that happens, the new client will be in a much better spot. I think it still has some optimization issues that Riot can continually work on, and they've noticed themselves they're not going to stop working on this anytime soon. I think definitely with all the pain points of people saying it lags and those kinds of things, I think a lot of work will be directed at these features to try and set it up into a good spot. So overall, I think that, yeah, I think it's a good thing to be a little disappointed with the new client as it exists right now, because that means that we're letting Riot know, hey, these are things we want in the new client. These are things you should improve about the new client. And now that the old client's gone, we don't have an option. So please go ahead and get to fixing this. But at the same time, don't be too hard on these guys. I do feel like the new client has its share of advantages, and it does exist for a reason. It's not like they just randomly decided, hey, let's build a brand new client and make everybody update so they can have a terrible time. No, that's not how they do this. So give it a try, and let me know what you guys think of the new client down in the comment section below. I know I'm a fan. It has its issues, but I'm a fan. But I would love to hear some of what you guys think about the update. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you really enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. I upload a video every Monday, Friday, and on patch days. Once again, thank you guys so very much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will talk to you all later.